Hello everyone, welcome to the 73rd Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade live on UTB 18.2. My name is Helen Ota and I'm glad to be back here again this year covering the Grand Parade on UTB 18.2. And of course this is Nisei Week's biggest event during the festivities. And of course we have, once again, our familiar face on the parade route. Please welcome Tammy. Tammy, where are you now and how is it going out there?
Hi, Helen. Everything is going great. I am actually at the cross streets of Central Avenue and 2nd Street. And as you can see, there's still people gathering. And, of course, the parade route starts here. And can I get an excitement right here? As you can see, everybody's excited. And the sweep is just a little bit. Back to you, Helen.
Great. Thank you, Tammy. It's great to see so many people out here for the Nisei Week Parade, an annual tradition that we look forward to every year. And we still have a few minutes before the parade begins, so we'll see you back after these messages.
ちょうど来る。今メッセージに行っちゃった。
ここからは日東タイヤ USA レブズ・ユア・ハートヤマハモーターコーポレーション USA Locally or globally, your travel always starts with NTA Nippon Travel Agency The Gateway to Little Tokyo Japanese Village Plaza の提供でお送りいたします。
Welcome back to the parade, everyone. Once again, my name is Helen Ota, and I believe the parade is making its way. Tammy, can you see LAP? Oh, they're right behind you.
Yes, Helen, they're right behind me, and they're about to start their sweep. So. Meeting right now, the LAPD are now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the parade has started. Of course, we have a few minutes. Oh, I can hear them right behind me, so I know they'll be approaching very quickly. Again, we are here in Little Tokyo in downtown Los Angeles, and we are broadcasting live on 2nd Street, right at Francis K. Hashimoto Plaza. And for those of you who may not know, Francis Hashimoto was one of our dearest and nearest friends in Nisei Week. She's an icon and a mentor to many of us, a great supporter. So we're very happy to be here on Francis K. Hashimoto Plaza as we take a look as LAPD comes up 2nd Street and makes its way to San Pedro.
Boy Scout かな? Boy Scout かな?
Of course, we're so happy to have LAPD participate in the Nisei Week Grand Parade with us this year. In a moment, I'm sure we're going to be seeing our favorite Deputy Chief Terry Hara making his way down as well. For those of you who don't know, Nisei Week started officially on August 10th. That was yesterday when the 2013 Nisei Week Queen and Court was crowned here at the Japan America Theater at the JACCC. We will be seeing them later this afternoon. We wanted to share the parade route with you. We are going to see the parade starting at Central and 2nd Street, making its way westbound on 2nd to San Pedro Street. The parade route will make its way on San Pedro, headed north, and then at 1st Street, making a right turn headed east, and then, of course, making its way back to Central. So it's a very short parade route, but, of course, we're also very proud to have the Nisei Week Grand Parade here in the heart of Little Tokyo every year. As I mentioned, this is the 73rd Annual Nisei Week Festival. Originally started in 1934 with the first Nisei Week Queen crowned in 1935. And here we have our official banner of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival Grand Parade. Carrying the banners is Koyasan Troop 379 here in Little Tokyo as well. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, and here we have our Deputy Chief, Terry Hara, with his beautiful wife, Gail. Terry is the highest-ranking and first Asian-American Chief Officer of the Los Angeles Police Department. Deputy Chief Terry Hara is riding in a 1958 Chevy Impala convertible. And Gail, his wife, is also the Los Angeles Deputy City Attorney. Chief Hara has been involved with many community-based organizations, and he is also a past president of the Nisei Week Foundation, and he will be joining me here once he's done making his way around the parade route and add a little color commentary with me. So I'm looking forward to seeing Terry later once he is done. But once again, that was Chief Hara and his beautiful wife, Gail. I believe we have some classic police cars that are being driven by LAPD reserve officers coming up. And the sound you're hearing behind them is Chikara Daiko on the float. Chikara Daiko was founded in July 1996 in conjunction with the church's centennial celebration in October of that same year. And it's one of the first Christian-based taiko groups. They performed all over Southern California at community and local church functions and have been active in the Little Tokyo area, performing for Centenary Bazaar, Higashihon Ganjiobon, Nikkei Helpline, Little Tokyo Service Center, and the Japanese American National Museum, just to name a few. 2013 marks Chikara Daiko's 6th time attending the Nisei Week Grand Parade. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chikara Daiko. And now we have the 100th 442nd Veterans Association. And they are leading the Nisei Week Parade with the colors of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, the 100th Battalion, and the 552nd Field Artillery Battalion of World War II. These men are our heroes. And I'd like to announce that on August 25th, the documentary 442, produced by UTB, will be broadcasted. Again, that's August 25th at 5 p.m. Learn more about these amazing men who fought in World War II while many of their families were incarcerated in camps during World War II. They recently received the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest honor and recognition by Congress. The excitement is just beginning. UTB's Nisei Week Parade will be back after these messages.
The Gateway to Little Tokyo, Japanese Village Plaza. Locally or globally, your travel always starts with NTA, Nippon Travel Agency. Lives Your Heart ヤマハモーターコーポレーション USA 日東タイヤ USA の提供でお送りいたしました。
LA Mayor Eric Garcetti, and Nagoya City's Mayor Takahashi Kawamura-san. How are you doing?
Doing great. We're so happy to be here together.
Great, and you're happy.
Thank you. You know, I'm so excited to be here. When I was 16 years old, I lived in Japan as an exchange student.
Where?
I went to Tamagawa Gakuen, which is between Yokohama and Tokyo, and I've kept in touch with my family, so I've always felt a little bit Japanese. Now I look it.
Thank you very much. Excited that you're here. And Helen, they're heading your way. Back to you.
Thank you, Tammy. We're so proud and happy to have our newly elected mayor, Eric Garcetti, joining us in his first Nisei Week parade as mayor, and of course having Mayor Takahashi Kawamura of our sister city, Nagoya, also in the car with him. We're so very, very excited. We've got some great guests from all over, and to start off the parade with the mayor of Los Angeles is just truly an honor. And of course, Mayor Kawamura from Nagoya is very, very, very colorful. And every year the Nisei Week Court visits Nagoya, and I know they have a wonderful time with our sister cities. We now have Council General Jun Nimi with the lovely 1999 Nisei Week First Princess Jennifer Yoshida.
Okay, thank you very much. New Mayor Garcetti, young Mayor Takashi.
Consul General of Japan, Jun Nimi, arrived in Los Angeles in October of 2011. He is the official representative of the government of Japan. It's very difficult to outdo the mayor of Nagoya, but again, we do have Consul General Jun Nimi here with the 1999 Nisei Week First Princess, Jennifer Yoshida. This is his first assignment in the United States, and he's been very, very active in our community. So thank you very much to Council General Nimi for being here today and celebrating Nisei Week with us. I believe we have coming up here Councilman Jose Huizar and his beautiful family. Councilman Huizar is the councilman of the 14th District, which includes Little Tokyo. Immediately following Council General Jun Nimi is Councilman Tom LaBonge. Let's give him a big round of applause. He's a member of the Los Angeles City Council representing the 4th District. Tom LaBonge has served since 2001, taking over the position upon the death of John Ferraro. He's known as the cheerleader of Los Angeles, riding a bicycle. Thank you so much, Councilman LaBonge, for being here. And of course, we also have our sister city, Nagoya, here, and Teruko Weinberg of Lanska. Los Angeles has had a strong relationship with the city of Nagoya. And as I mentioned, our Nisei Week Court every year. Thank you, Tom LaBonge, our first sister city. Los Angeles' first sister city is the city of Nagoya, and we have a long-standing relationship with them. And as I mentioned, Nisei Week every year celebrates the Nagoya Festival in October. Right behind me is, of course, Councilman Jose Huizar and his beautiful family. And again, he is the City Council's, he represents the 14th District, which includes our own Little Tokyo. And now we have the Nisei Week Marching Band, our Nisei Week Festival Marching Band. This is their third appearance under the direction of local teacher and musician Dave Yamamoto. The band is made up of musicians, young and old, from Greater Los Angeles. The band is sponsored by the Nisei Week Foundation, KDI Music, the Disneyland Alumni Club. Musical advisors are Ted Yamada and Richard Farron. Dance routines are choreographed by Banzo Masayu and Sophie Yumi Yamamoto. Once again, the Nisei Week Foundation and Festival's Marching Band. Weren't they wonderful? All right, and behind them is this year's Nisei Week Parade Marshal, Cold Tofu. Cold Tofu is the nation's premier Asian American comedy improv group, founded in 1981. And they have been long time supporters of Nisei Week. They're a great group of improvisers. You can see them in Little Tokyo. Regularly, you can visit them at coldtofu.com. And behind me, we have the Nisei Week Baby Pageant winners. Tiny Tot Princess and Prince Mika Shinmachi and Kyle Murata. Romper Stomper Princess and Prince Leah Keiko Tanioka and Matthew Kakoto Larson. Jet Setter Princess Empress Yoriko Larson and Noah Ryan Hideo Tanioka. We also have the Nisei Week mascot, Aki the Akita. And of course, our Nisei Week Baby Pageant Committee co-chairs, Ashley Arikawa and Corey Estes. Let's give them a big round of applause. And we have Mr. Masumi Muroe, who served as the judge last night at the coronation of the 2013 Nisei Week Court. The Japan Business Association of Southern California is where he is the president of, and the nonprofit corporation whose mission is to develop and improve the business environment for Japanese companies in Southern California. And of course, we have our Grand Marshal, the Honorable Jan Perry, a longtime supporter, of course, of the Little Tokyo community and Nisei Week. And, of course, I love that she is stopping right here in front of the Francis K. Hashimoto Plaza. Tammy, I know you're going to talk to the Honorable Jan Perry. All right.
Hi, Helen. I'm sorry. I'm here with Madam Sanjo Kanjiku, and she is dancing right there. She picked two songs that so that people could remember Tohoku, so that people would never forget. So this dance is really great, I think, with the two flags, America and Japan, and they are dancing beautifully right now. Okay, so they're heading your way, Helen. Back to you.
Thank you, Tammy. We're looking forward to seeing them. We just said hello to our former councilwoman, the Honorable Jan Perry. We also have Gary Yamuchi, City of Alhambra Councilman. City of Pasadena Councilman Jean Masuda. Jean is the first Asian American elected to the City of Council in Pasadena's 127-year history. All right, we're going to go right to Tammy.
Okay, hi Helen. So they just finished their dance. Can I grab one of you? Hi, did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Yeah? How was it? Is it hard or is it easy to dance?
It's pretty hard when you first learn it.
But you guys are doing great.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So they just finished and they're getting ready to dance the next song. Oh, it's starting right now. Oh, sorry. Oh.
All right, well, while they're getting their music ready, Madame Kangiku Sanjo and Kanya Sanjo Japanese Classical Dance Company is, of course, making their way. The Honorable Kangiku Sanjo first explored the beautiful realm of Japanese classical dance lessons at the age of 4. Once again, that was Madame Kangfu Sanjo, the 2013 Nisei Week Parade Ondo choreographer. And now we have Leslie Ito, the President and CEO of the Japanese American Cultural and Community Center. She was also a judge last night at the 2013 Nisei Week coronation. Leslie started about 5 months ago, and she's been doing a wonderful job really bringing back lots of activities at the JACCC. With her are her son and daughter, Rocket and Zoe. Following them is LA County Board of Supervisor Mike Antonovich and his beautiful family. Once again, we're here at the Nisei Week Grand Parade, the 73rd annual Nisei Week Japanese Festival here on 2nd Street between San Pedro and Central on Francis K. Hashimoto Plaza. Following the County Board of Supervisor Mike Antonovich is the Miss Los Angeles Chinatown, Nagoya City Assembly delegation, and the Pure O2 delegation. Let's give them a big warm welcome. And I believe following them is the Nebuta. You can hear them playing their music, and I'm sure they will be dancing lively as they make their way down 2nd Street. Now we have Jack Tanaka, Mayor of the City of Diamond Bar. Now we have the Kodomo Nebuta and Chiki Nebuta, Children's Nebuta and Neighborhood Nebuta. Small lantern floats produced by neighborhood associations, children's associations, and schools. The parade of these small Nebuta floats start prior to the parade of the large Nebuta floats, which are built and operated by corporations and other larger groups. The Chiki Nebuta's parade, which represents a primitive form of the Aomori Nebuta Festival, takes place at many places between early July and the 3rd week of August. The number of neighborhoods having a local parade has increased to more than 70 in recent years. We also have the Haneto Nebuta dancers. Dancers jumping up and dancing around to the Nebuta Bayashi and shouting, "Rasse, Rasse!" And it looks like Tammy is joining everybody there, having a great time.
Yeah, this is pretty hard. How are you doing?
All right, Tammy. Hey, I'm super hot. How are you?
This is a good workout and very fun. Oh, man. I don't know how you guys do it.
You're doing it.
La seda, la seda. La seda.
Again, that was our Nebuta making their way down, and the Haneto dancers, a tradition that has started since 2007. We'll be right back, and we'll go into a commercial break.
ここからは三ツ輪マーケットプレイス。伝統の味を食卓に新高屋。デスティネーションジャパン by HIS 神谷インシュアランスエージェンシーグローバルサービスを提供するスクワイヤ・サンダース法律事務所 Since 1925 The Original Landscape Manufacturer 梅屋の提供でお送りいたします。
Back to the Nisei Week Grand Parade here in Little Tokyo, live on UTB 18.2. My name is Helen, and I'll be covering the parade live on UTB 18.2. Welcome back. We just missed the Honolulu Cherry Blossom Festival Queen and Court. They looked lovely on their float. But immediately following them is the Meiji Dance Club of San Fernando Valley Japanese Community Center as they make their way down 2nd Street. Their sensei is Masako Rodriguez. Officers Janet Yamamoto, Kathy Fujimoto, and Julie Otake. The San Fernando Valley JACC Meiji Club Ondo Dance Group was formed in 1999, and in its inception, the club started out as a class to promote the continuing interest in cultural heritage for exercise and to practice for the Summer Obon festivals. Over the years, they've been invited to dance at many functions, including performing at the Ronald McDonald Fundraiser, Cherry Blossom Festival, and cultural awareness events at the Music Center and at the Hollywood Ford Theater. The majority of the functions they perform in is usually in full dress kimono, yukata, or their signature green hoppy coats. Once again, this is the San Fernando Valley Japanese Community Center Meiji Dance Club. We also have the Nisei Week General Public Ondo Dancers. This group of dancers are made up of community individuals that have come together to form the Nisei Week Public Ondo Dancers. They come from various backgrounds and ethnic communities. Dance practice for the parade is open to the public and will begin in July 2014. So if you're interested in participating next year, join them in July of 2014 to practice for next year's parade. Once again, the Meiji Dance Club and the Nisei Week General Public Ondo Dancers. We have the Japanese Queen Scholarship Organization of Washington. Queen Christine Ito, First Princess Christy Nakata, Princess Izumi Hansen. And of course, the float sponsor is the Japanese Village Plaza. Also riding with them is the Miss Los Angeles Chinatown, Queen Wendy Xu, First Princess Kelly Ng, Third Princess Annie Wong, and Fourth Princess Amber Fang. Aren't they beautiful? Once again, the Japanese Queen Scholarship Organization of Washington and our Miss Chinatown Los Angeles making their way down 2nd Street. Let's give them a big round of applause. Following them, we've got the Japanese American National Museum and Bombu Taiko. The next entry features representatives for the Japanese American National Museum. The museum's mission is to create greater appreciation for America's ethnic and cultural diversity by sharing the Japanese American experience as an integral part of U.S. history. The first card carrying the museum's president and CEO, Dr. Greg Kimura, and his beautiful family, Joy, and their children, Julian and Lily. Dr. Kimura has been at the museum nearly 18 months and is thrilled to be participating in his second Nisei Week Grand Parade. Now we have Bombu Taiko, which includes members of the Japanese American National Museum's family. In front of them is Roy Sakamoto, the recipient of the museum's Miki Tanimura Outstanding Award, Volunteer Award. The museum has a large corps of dedicated, hardworking volunteers, and Roy was named Volunteer of the Year for 2012, the highest honor for a JANM volunteer. Riding with him is Joyce Lane, Chair of the museum's Leadership Council. Following Bombu Taiko are some of the museum's volunteers holding signs about the current exhibitions. In addition to its permanent exhibition, Common Ground, the Heart of Community, JANM is proud to have two incredible exhibitions, Visible and Invisible, a Hapa Japanese American History, and Portraiture Now, Asian American Portraits of a Counter. The museum looks forward to seeing all of you at the museum during the Nisei Week Festival and, of course, throughout the year. Once again, the Japanese American National Museum. And now we have the Miss Kimono LA, or the LA Kimono Club, led by the always elegant Ms. Fumi Akutagawa. The Kimono Club spreads the spirit of Japanese culture among people in foreign countries through kimono, which expresses dignity, simplicity, and serene beauty. The 2013 Miss Kimono is Ms. Lucia Scriven. Lucia has always admired the Japanese culture since she was a little girl, and she's in the car right now. Today she finds beautiful kimono she adds to her gorgeous and always growing collection. She's also able to wear a kimono all by herself, which, as you know, can be very difficult. Along her side is Mr. Kimono Dude himself, who's here to take it to the next level and remind you to keep tradition alive and drink green tea. The one and only Mr. Andy Seri. We now have Risho Kosei Kai, a non-clerical Buddhist organization established in 1938. LA members have been joining the Nisei Week Parade since 1992. The head group of their team carries Mando, a tower of 1,000 lights, which symbolizes the significance of the Buddha Dharma. The middle group is carrying Matoi, which was originally used by firefighters in Edo period. Their Matoi performance implies spreading the Buddha Dharma to more people. The last one is their music group. Sounds of flutes, gongs, and drums are cheering others up. All of them are trying to encourage not only for the team, but also for all of the people here in Little Tokyo. In Oikomi, the end of their parade, we're going to go straight to Tammy. Tammy.
Hi. I'm here with Mr. Nick. Nice. Can you tell me what he's doing?
Sure. We're a group from Risho Kosei Kai. a Buddhist group. Basically, this is the old school firefighting technique that was used back in the Edo ages. And basically, this is representing Buddha for us.
That looks very hard.
It's pretty heavy. It's at least about 30 pounds, and that's about 50 pounds. We basically spin it all around. We do tricks with it, and we got our instruments. Kane, kue is the flute, bell is the kane, and we also got a taiko. And in the back, we use the thing called mando, which is formulated of Buddha itself in the back. We basically clean the path.
Great, you guys have a little bit more, so ganbatte. Okay, back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Tammy. All right, so here we are in the middle of the parade, enjoying the wonders and the colors. It's so exciting. We're happy to be here again at the 73rd Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade. Let's enjoy a little bit of this music and energy.
ここまでは Since 1925, the original rice cake manufacturer, 梅屋グローバルサービスを提供するスクワイア・サンダース法律事務所、神谷インシュアランスエージェンシー、デスティネーションジャパン by HIS、 伝統の味を食卓に新高屋、三つ葉マーケットプレイスの提供でお送りいたしました。
Welcome back to the Nisei Week Grand Parade here in Little Tokyo. We have Ken Miyoshi and the Nisei Week car show just making their way back down the route. Show-Off Car Show has been operating since 1994, and 2013 marks the 14th year that Show-Off has hosted the car show for the Nisei Week Japanese Festival. Usually the car show is the day before the parade, but this year it will be held on Saturday, August 17th. So we encourage all of you to please come back the following weekend, August 17th, for the car show. Nisei Show-Off will feature hundreds of finest cars to ever assemble in one place, and will be located across from Janum on the corner of 1st and Alameda Street from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The show producer Ken Miyoshi is also going to be on the cover of OC Weekly magazine this Thursday with an article on the Japanese auto tuning history and Show-Off's contribution to the industry. We're excited to have Ken and the Nisei Show-Off Car Show coming up again this Saturday. Please check showoff94.com for more information. And now we have Fire Chief Brian Cummings, Deputy Chief David Yamahata, and Battalion Chief Mark Akahoshi, and other officers and firefighters making their way as well down 2nd Street. The Los Angeles Fire Department is a full-spectrum life safety agency protecting approximately 4 million people who live, work, and play in America's 2nd largest city. The department has over 3,000 uniformed personnel protect life, property, and the environment through their direct involvement in fire prevention, firefighting, emergency medical care, technical rescue, hazardous materials mitigation, public education, and community service. Once again, this is the City of Los Angeles Fire Department. And now we have the Northern California Cherry Blossom Festival, Queen and Court, Queen Kelly Walton, First Princess Jamie Martin, Princess Michiko Maggie, Princess Kimberly Sasaki, and Miss Tomodachi Tiffany Okimura on Union Bank float, on the Union Bank float. Once again, this is the Northern California Cherry Blossom Festival, Queen Anne Court. For those of you who may not know, the Nisei Week Court of this year will be visiting Seattle, San Francisco, Hawaii, and their cherry blossom festivals. So having their royalty here is a treat for us as well. And now we have Nippon Minyo Kenkyu Kai Honshunkai Bando Ryo. The headmaster of the Bando Ryu Dance School is a famous kabuki actor by the name of Bando Mitsugoro X, who lives in Tokyo, Japan. Bando Mitsugoro also appears in Japanese television dramas and is an occasional host for Japanese programs. And now we'll go to Tammy. Tammy, how is it over there?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you? As you can see, they're dancing to the Ayako no Okuniji Mandayo, I believe. And they have really cute small flags. It's really great being next to them up close. They're all beautiful and great dancers. And they're heading your way, so back to you, Helen.
All right. Let's enjoy the beautiful dancing. I think so. All right, I have with me here Deputy Chief Terry Hara, who just finished riding the parade. How was it, Terry?
That was fantastic, Helen. I'm ever more happy to be here with you.
Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. Terry and I both sit on the board of the Nisei Week Foundation. He is, of course, a past president of the Nisei Week Foundation, and we've had many years of working together, helping to put this festival together for probably about more than 5 years now, yes?
Oh, yes. It's been a great opportunity and a chance to celebrate community involvement, and bring up all of Southern California to enjoy the Japanese and Japanese American culture.
It's always a pleasure to see so many people come in from out of town to participate in the parade and our festival. And I know, Terry, you, working for the city, have seen so many different kinds of festivals. How would you rate Nisei Week?
Oh, Nisei Week is one of my favorite, not only because it's within Little Tokyo, but the involvement in activities that goes on with the Nisei Week and celebration and the preparation for the parade and festivities. I have not seen any other events of so many involved in community work as much as here in Little Tokyo.
That's right, Terry. And now behind us, you'll notice that we have the Auto Club Speedway entry and the Speedway's official pace car, a 2013 Toyota Camry. Following the pace car is Auto Club Speedway's 1948 Chevrolet Fleetmaster Hot Rod Woody, which is towing the IndyCar race car with Auto Club Speedway President Jillian Zucker along for the ride. What a beautiful, beautiful car. I don't know if you can see it behind you, Terry.
Oh, it's beautiful. The color, and not only is that special race car driving through the streets of Little Tokyo, it's a vehicle that obviously goes very, very fast.
Indeed, indeed. And of course, as a member of LAPD, we should watch our speed, yes?
Absolutely. Drive within the speed limit. You don't want a ticket from LAPD.
Definitely. Now, I know we have another dance group coming up, but it looks like it may be a while before they make their way. Terry, of course, Nisei Week officially started yesterday, but we still have lots of activities throughout the week and next weekend, right?
Oh, absolutely, Helen. You know, Nisei Week takes time to put a lot of different activities together, and particularly for next weekend on August 17th, we're going to have the Gyoza Eating Contest, which involves the World Eating Championship. Joey Chestnut, my understanding, is going to participate, and many, many others, to see how much they can eat in 10 minutes gyoza.
That is amazing. Have you ever done that?
Oh, I have, but I've never been able to compete on the level that all the professionals compete.
It is definitely a sight to see. And, of course, our own 2012 and 2013 Nisei Week courts will be there on hand to participate, whether it's to do the actual competition or hand out the gyoza to the actual competitors. It's an exciting day at the JACCC Plaza, and it's unforgettable.
Absolutely. I would encourage everyone to come on out on August 17th. Hundreds and hundreds of individuals from all over Southern California come out and to see this competition. It is truly a sight to see.
And, of course, on August 18th, Sunday, we have our Ondo, our closing ceremony and Ondo. We invite the entire public to please join us at 4 o'clock on 1st Street, where you can join in different dances like Tankobushi. I know, Terry, you're quite an expert.
No, I wouldn't say that, but I'm kind of forced to go out and dance. But, you know, when you're out there and see hundreds of people dance on streets of Little Tokyo on 1st Street for a closing ceremony, you dance with the court, you dance with your family, you dance with your friends, and all in all, we're all together dancing in unison and having a great time.
That is very, very true. And we also have lots of folks from different communities who join us as well. And again, we encourage the entire public, whether you're watching or dancing, just come out and join us. It is a great time. And, of course, that's when we close the Nisei Week Japanese Festival officially.
That's right. Nisei Week is in its 73rd annual celebration here in Little Tokyo. And now, let's go to Tammy.
Beautiful spectators, can you tell me what you're dressed as?
I'm dressed up as Kakashi from Naruto.
And you have those crazy eyes, green and red?
Green, yeah.
And how about you?
I'm dressed as Ranmao from Black Butler.
Great. And I believe this is your first time here at the parade. How do you like it so far?
I love it. Everything's so awesome, and yeah, so.
I love it. I love the dancing. It's so pretty.
And I think the cosplayers are going to come by.
Yeah, I'm excited because I know a lot of the cosplayers there, and I'm excited to watch them come by.
How come you guys aren't in there?
And we were like, no, but at least we're going to see all of our friends pass by, and I'm excited to see them.
Okay, great. So hopefully you guys could go in next year to the Coldplay. Okay, great. Thank you. I think these two young ladies represent Little Tokyo very much, diverse city we have here. I hope you guys come back next year, too. Thank you. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Tammy. And so true. Little Tokyo has become such a diverse community here. And behind us, we have the Nippon Minyo Kenkyu Kai Kotobuki no Kai. They are a traditional Japanese minyo dance group established in 1998 and is the Los Angeles headquarters for Nippon Minyo Kenkyu Kai based in Nagoya, Japan. They are considered one of the largest minyo dance groups. The city of Los Angeles and the city of Nagoya have recognized Kotobuki no Kai for their strong sister-city relationship, cultural exchange, and for the participation and performance in the Nippon Minyo Kenkyu Kai's 50th celebration in Japan. So Terry, as we're watching this group make their way towards the end of the parade route here at 2nd and San Pedro, what do you think of this dancing? This is quite different from the Ondo dance that we do on Sunday next week, right?
Oh, absolutely. But it's beautiful dancing, all in unison, dancing together. You know, Nagoya is our sister city for Los Angeles. You're aware of that, right?
Definitely. We were talking about it. Tom LaBange was riding his bicycle, making his way down the parade route. And let's go to Tammy right now and see what she's up to.
Oh, hi, Helen. Sorry, I'm down here with all the dancers. I see two male dancers amongst the female dancers. I wonder how they're doing. How are you doing?
Good.
Is this dance hard or?
No, this one's pretty easy dance.
You look very nice in your kimono.
Thank you. I think it's second time. It's fun. It's a good time.
Thank you. They look like they're having a great time, and I know I am having a great time. They all look great. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Tammy. You are having a ball. I kind of wish I was there with you, dancing along with the group. Terry, I think we could keep up, right?
No, we'll be partners. We'll do that.
Well, of course, as we were talking, Nagoya is our sister city association, and I think you missed it, Terry. We had Tom LaBange, our councilman of Los Angeles, remind us that Nagoya is our first sister city.
That's right. Recently, we celebrated our 50th anniversary a few years ago, recognizing Nagoya as our first sister city, along with many other cities now, as part of our sister city program in the city of Los Angeles.
You know, being in Little Tokyo now is so exciting. As we said, it's a very diverse community now. And being able to share the Nisei Week Japanese Festival with a broader audience has been very exciting. I think you and I have talked about how wonderful it's been seeing so many people from all walks of life walking in and out of Little Tokyo.
There's so many different communities that made Los Angeles their home. You know, there's about 120 different communities that call Los Angeles their home, over 220 different languages that are spoken here in the city of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a melting pot in of itself, where many, many new families call Los Angeles their home and are able to go throughout the city, and Little Tokyo is a perfect example to experience culture and history of an ethnic community such as the Japanese American community.
That's so right. It's very exciting for me to see every single day and every single evening the wonderful people who have come into Little Tokyo to experience, whether it's the JCCC or the museum or the Nisei Week Japanese Festival, or walk through Japanese Village Plaza to experience a little bit of Japanese culture and Japanese American culture as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I would encourage anybody to come out to Little Tokyo no matter what day of the week, no matter when throughout the year. Come and visit Little Tokyo, all the shops and restaurants, and there's a lot of things for families to do. They've even opened a brand new bowling alley here in Little Tokyo. You can have bowling leagues. There's different types of other community events, community organizations. So much to offer here in downtown Los Angeles, Little Tokyo.
All right, we are still enjoying the Kotobuki no Kai Nippon Minyo Kekkyu Kai of Los Angeles. All right, now we have the Genshi Minyo Kikuta Kai group behind us.
This is another dance group that joins Nisei Week year after year. We're always honored to have them join us in the festivities of dance and sharing their culture of dance throughout the city here in Little Tokyo.
That's right. You know, there's so many things that tie our community together. Dance is definitely one of them.
The beautiful colors of green and black, along with this, looks like the sakura pattern that's on their kimono. Just beautiful.
Definitely adds color to our parade every year. All right, and following them, we have our Nisei Week Pioneers, Terry, our Nisei Week Pioneers. And these individuals we honored on Wednesday of this week at a luncheon here in Little Tokyo. And all of these individuals have made significant contributions within their communities or organizations that they are part of.
Now, right now we have Nori Uematsu, was born in Cupertino, California in 1931 after his parents immigrated from Itajima, Hiroshima. At 17, after graduating from high school, he volunteered for the U.S. Army and completed a 3-year stint when the Korean War started. Initially serving his tour of duty in Japan, he was sent to Korea with the 865 AAA AWSP unit. Landing at Icheon, he was transferred to the 521st Military Intelligence Detachment to interrogate prisoners of war. Uematsu was honorably discharged from the Army in July of 1952. And in December of 1958, his family moved to Orange County. And he got involved in many community organizations, including the Kazu Matsuda Memorial, VFW Post 3670, where he served as commander for 3 terms. And in 1969, the Japanese-American Korean veterans and Uematsu was a board of director. And he was also a member of the Nisei Veterans Coordinating Council, the NVCC, and life member of the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 100. Sadao Uemori, American Legion, Post 321, Japanese American Veterans Association, Korean War Veterans Association, the Japanese Cultural Community Center of Hawaii, and the California State Sheriff's Association. He's married to Rose Fujikawa in April 1957 and have 3 boys, Michael, Ronald, and Thomas. Now he is the proud grandfather of 11 grandchildren. Uematsu and his wife reside in Anaheim Hills, California.
And now we have Yoshiko Yamaguchi, born in Nishinomiya, Hyogo Prefecture, Japan. She met her husband, Hiroshi Yamaguchi, while visiting the United States in 1969 to help her Fulbright scholar sister at Stanford University. They later married and moved to Los Angeles, where he became an aerospace engineer. Now, while getting her degree, she started to volunteer at the San Fernando Valley JACC in 1971 to provide social services to the community. Yamaguchi graduated from the UCLA School of Social Welfare with a master's degree in social welfare, and soon thereafter obtained her clinical social worker's license from the state of California. And now, for the past 30 years, Yamaguchi has helped numerous Japanese immigrants obtain U.S. citizenship by teaching them U.S. history and civics to prepare for the Department of Homeland Security Immigration and Naturalization interviews. She's been a member of the Japanese Community Pioneer Center since 1993. Currently, it's vice president and sits on the board of directors. Next, we have Chogi Higa.
Yeah, Chogi Higa was born in 1940 in Okinawa, Japan. In 1970, he successfully graduated from Woodbury University with a bachelor's degree in business administration, majoring in foreign trade. During the 1970s, Higa developed a strong interest in the preservation of traditional Japanese languages. With the support of his wife, Hiroko, they enrolled both of their children into Rafu Umamachi Daini Gakuen Japanese language school, and undertook an active role in its activities. During his tenure, the Okinawa Association of America Incorporated, where he was able to contribute most of his talents, Higa was elected to the board of directors in 1970, a position he held for more than 42 years, and was also elected to serve 5 years as president.
You know, all of these pioneers have such service to everyone that their bios are very long. So before we miss out on Takayuki Kubota, he was born in Kumamoto, Japan in 1934 and began studying martial arts at age 4 under the direction of his father, Denjiro Kubota. And he's taught advanced baton and arrest techniques to the Los Angeles Police Department and other law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, DEA, Air Marshals, and U.S. military branches. He is also an actor, appearing in over 300 movies and television shows and commercials.
Wow. And it's my honor to also introduce Fumio Dimura. Shinhan Fumio Dimura is known as one of the most knowledgeable masters of martial arts in the world. Starting in early childhood, Dimura Sensei had the great opportunity to study Karate-Do, Kobudo, and Bando and Ice Sword, some of the greatest masters in Japan. In 1961, he became Japan's first all-Japan karate champion, and in 1965, Dimura Sensei started his teaching career in the U.S., which in the opinion of many ushered in a new era in the world of martial arts. Immediately, he began fulfilling his objective to be one of the most significant forces in bringing Karate-Do to the attention and interest of the United States and the world.
You know, Terry, we've got a demonstration happening here right in front of us, so maybe we can catch a peek at another demonstration. Or, there we go. Thank you very much. And now we have the Montebello Ashia Sister Cities. Since the signing of the Sister City Agreement between Ashia, Japan and Montebello in 1961, the Montebello Sister City Association has provided a cultural Ashia. For 2013, Montebello has sent 2 young exchange ambassadors to Ashia. 2 Ashia youth, Marie Yano and Takayoshi Okuda, are being hosted by Montebello families. I'm sorry, that must be Maria Yano. Yano and Okuda are riding in the parade along with Montebello host ambassador Biana Gallegos. Who do we have next, Terry?
We have the president of the Kinjinkai Kyogekai, Hisamori Iwashita. He's president of the Kinjinkai Kyogekai. Riding with him is his wife and their 2 grandsons. They have been very, very much involved in our recent Tanabata festivals. The Kinjinkai Kyogekai here in Southern California represents about, I believe, 43 different prefecture organizations. So with so many different organizations here in Southern California representing the Japanese prefectures, it's a large group, and the Kinjinkai Kyogekai represents the umbrella of all those organizations. And we're very pleased to have Mr. Iwashita in our parade this year.
Definitely. Following them is the Awa Odori Tokushima-ren and Awako-ren of San Francisco. I always love watching them dance, Terry. I don't know if you recall seeing this group before, but they dance on their toes, which I find very, very interesting, and I can't imagine is easy at all.
Yeah, the Awa Odori Tokushima-ren is a traditional folk dance group.
And I believe we're going to go to commercial, so we'll be right back.
ここからはデイリーフーズ勝谷グループ JFC インターナショナルインスピレーションオブジャパン世界の空へ ANA 東京海上日動火災保険株式会社の提供でお送りいたします。
Now we are back again here at the 73rd Annual Nisei Week Japanese Festival Grand Parade. I'm Helen Ota. We're here on UTB 18.2, and joining me is Deputy Chief Terry Hara of the LAPD.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
All right, so we just missed Lee Aoki of the Japanese Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, Lee Aoki is the Japanese Chamber of Commerce president. To provide opportunities and service for business development, the Japanese Chamber of Commerce of Southern California promotes the welfare of the local Japanese American community.
Following them is Josephine Louis of the Lions District Governor, and Trudy Nodohara, Little Tokyo Lions Club. The Lions District 4L1 Governor Josephine Louis. She is of the Envision Lions Club, and with her is Zone Chairman Lion Trudy Nodohara of the Little Tokyo Lions Club, as I mentioned earlier. Their motto, "We serve," assists first and foremost blind people and others who are in need, including caring for the environment, feeding the hungry, and aiding seniors and the disabled. And that, of course, is the Little Tokyo Community Council Nisei Week Community Service Awardee.
Yeah. Riding in the car there is Mike Okamoto as well as Craig Ishii. The Little Tokyo Community Council, founded in 1999, is a non-profit 501c3 whose mission is to ensure Little Tokyo remains a viable center for the Japanese American community and Los Angeles downtown community. The council works to create a vision of what Little Tokyo should be in the future and serves as an advocate on behalf of the community. Congratulations to the Little Tokyo Community Council.
And of course, we do have a few other community service awardees that we'll see later in the parade, or if not very soon, and we'll be able to introduce them. And of course, they will be presented with the Community Service Award by the Nisei Week Foundation tomorrow night here in Little Tokyo.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a wonderful evening to recognize so many community-based organizations and the good work that they have done over the years.
All right, and I believe coming very soon is Nikkei Games. Nikkei Games for the Generations, a month-long sports martial arts festival with participants coming from all 5 continents, with over 50,000 participants at this year's games. They really do represent our Nikkei community And it's always a joy to have them in the parade because they're shooting baskets live on the parade route, encouraging anyone from the sidewalk to go ahead and shoot a few and see if they can't make it in.
Great things about Nikkei Games, they provide with so many different sports activities and martial arts. They hold the basketball tournaments every year down at Long Beach State at the Pyramid, along with other types of sports activities from bowling, tennis, to golf, as well as to different martial arts. It's just a wonderful sporting activities for the entire family, including the, have you heard of the Daikon run?
I have heard of the Daikon relay race.
That's
Many
right.
of the past Nisei Week courts have put a team in and actually competed.
And all those that support the Nikkei Games supports hundreds and hundreds of youth based sports programs. Every year they put this whole great event together. It takes a lot of effort, and so those, if you enjoy supporting the youth and their sports activity, Nikkei Games is a great, great organization to support, building teams and esprit de corps partnerships with the youth here through Nikkei Games.
That is so true, and many of the coordinators and organizers of Nikkei Games are from Orange County. So it's really a great relationship that Nisei Week and Nikkei Games has established over the years, bringing the Nikkei Games here and bringing Nisei Week to really Orange County and really building that bridge.
It's wonderful to be able to work with Nikkei Games. They've been part of Nisei Week and part of the Grand Parade for many, many years. You can see here that they're very creative. You got the trailer, the green with the hoops there, the basketball, as well as the trailer behind them being pulled by the tractor. And I'm sure it is all provided by a generous, generous sponsor of Tanaka Farms out there in Irvine, California.
That's right, and every year he has Walk the Farm, an annual fundraiser, and we're looking forward to participating next year. I wonder if Glenn might be, well, there he is. There's Glenn Tanaka pulling the tractor. And of course we have a little, a brief demo here. Amazing.
The judo demonstration. Ooh, that's a strong throw.
These young girls are tough.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to, well, I would want them for protection.
Hey, LAPD is hiring.
Well, they're too young, Terry. They're too young.
Okay.
You know, participating in Nikkei Games is a great discipline for all. Don't you agree? Whether it's team building or really being focused on what is at hand.
Yes, absolutely. Discipline, structure, just building character through martial arts. We appreciate all the work that the Nikkei Games provides.
And behind the tractor, or Nanka Judo Yudan Shakai, is the pioneer of judo, Aki Yokoyama, Rokudan West Covina Judo Club. Following them, what a nice surprise, I have to mention this, is the Suburban Optimist Club of Buena Park. They're another Nisei Week Community Service awardee. In the car is Dan Fukushima, past president. Funny story, Terry. His daughter, Sandra Fukushima, was Nisei Week Queen the year I ran.
Oh, wow.
That was just
Wonderful.
a few years ago.
Well, congratulations to Suburban Optimist Park in Buena Park. They are the recipient of the Nisei Week Community Service Award, and they were chartered in February of 1966. Suburban Optimist Club of Buena Park is a community service organization dedicated to serving the youth of Southern California. Its mission is to provide structure and leadership in support of the community through civic and youth-oriented programs for families in Southern California.
Right, and riding with Dan is his lovely wife, Susan, and it looks like their grandchildren also in the car with them. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Next, we have our Yonsei basketball And again, they are another Nisei Week Community Service awardee. And in the car is Mr. Frank Kiyomura.
The Yonsei Basketball Association is a non-profit corporation founded in 1993 by a group of Southern California Japanese Americans interested in establishing a cultural exchange program for middle school age youth of Japanese heritage. The board of directors consists of individuals from the greater Los Angeles and Orange County areas who are actively involved in the Asian community and youth sports program. Yonsei Basketball is the vision of Frank Kiyomura, head of the local architectural group, who had a long history of active participation in Asian youth sports program and Japanese cultural events. Congratulations to the Yonsei Basketball Association with the Nisei Week Community Service Award.
You know, Terry, many of our Nisei Week Corp members have gone through that Yonsei Basketball program. It is such a great program for the youth, and I highly encourage everyone to look into that. We'll now go into commercial break, so Terry and I will see you back in a few minutes.
Restaurant Katsuya Group, Chef Katsuya creates various faces of Japanese cuisine. Authentic, casual, sophisticated, contemporary. Discover the new sensation of Japanese taste at Katsuya.
The freshest ingredients. Fragrant soy blend of teriyaki sauce. Rich and tender breast meat chicken. Toss them together for a delightful dish. True Asian food you can taste. Still go out? Teriyaki chicken from Daily Foods.
ここまでは東京海上日動火災保険株式会社インスピレーションオブジャパン世界の空へ ANA JFC インターナショナルカズヤグループデイリーフーズの提供でお送りいたしました。
Welcome back to the 73rd Annual Nisei Week Japanese Festival's Grand Parade. You're looking at the Los Angeles Bandoryu Dance Group. They just finished dancing again. Always a pleasure to have all these wonderful dance groups perform in our parade.
Oh, it's such a beautiful sight to see all the dancers in unison, dancing with the music. Doesn't it make you want to go out there and join them?
It does, but I don't want to embarrass myself, Terry. And it's always a pleasure to see the younger generation also participate in the parade. I'm really excited about this next group that we're going to introduce.
Let's see.
Let's see who they are. They are the 2012 Nisei Week Queen and Court. They just finished their reign as of last night and represented the Japanese American community of Southern California in Nagoya, Japan, Hawaii, San Francisco, Seattle, and various community events throughout the year. They did a great job representing our Southern California Japanese American community, and all 7 of them are definitely future leaders of our community.
They were, and they certainly served us very, very well as being our ambassadors for 2012.
We have with us 2012 Nisei Week Queen Emily Michi Ijima Folik, First Princess Crystal Akie Hanano, Miss Tomodachi Caitlin Chie Sakurai, Princess Sarah Michelle Fujimoto, Princess Lauren Mieko Tanaka Arii, Princess Erica Hayami Fisher, and Princess Marcy Saori Asao. Once again, thank you so much to the 2012 Nisei Week Queen and Court for doing an amazing job representing our Japanese American community this past year.
And they're riding on the float provided by our float sponsor, California Bank and Trust. Thank you, ladies, for doing a fantastic job in 2012.
All right, and let's go to Tammy. Tammy, where are you?
Hi, I'm with the Ajuku girls, and they have, man, kawaii outfits. How are you guys doing? Good. How are you? Tell me what you guys are. I'm 2400. I'm DJ Sansan. I'm Aoluna. I'm Panda. I'm Cupcakey. Oh, you guys have cute names. And then this is your music going on right now? Yeah. Okay. And, how are you guys enjoying the parade?
Oh, so fun. So much fun. Everyone looks great.
Thank you, girls. Have a fun. I love their outfit, Helen. What do you think? Back to you.
Well, Tammy, I would love to see you wear that outfit next year when you broadcast the parade live on the parade route. Again, they are the American J-pop princesses known as Ajuku girls who rock super kawaii fashion and pop music with hip-hop influences. I believe this is the first time they're participating in the parade. Again, that was Panda, Cupcake, 2400, Ioluna, and DJ Sun. All right, here's my favorite part of the parade. It's cosplay. Terry.
The Little Tokyo Cosplay was formed to represent the anime and cosplay communities of Southern California at Nisei Week. Cosplay is a contraction of the words costume and play, and it typically involves skits performed in costumes based on popular anime video games. And in America, cosplay has been seen at many conventions and is usually handmade by the wearers or skilled costume makers. Look at the creativity there, Helen. Ray Nagar is the Nisei Week Anime Festival chairperson.
I love it. You know what, Terry? Maybe next year we'll join Tammy and have a costume ourselves.
Hey, that sounds great.
It's been wonderful. The cosplay has really grown in popularity, and seeing them here in Little Tokyo more often has been very, very fun.
Yeah,
I love it.
And it's fantastic to see them.
All right, let's go to Tammy. Tammy?
Yes, hey, hi. I'm here with really, you guys look really professional. What are you guys dressed as?
We are the Science Patrol from Ultraman and Power Rangers. And I don't remember his costume. I'm the worst cosplayer ever. I'm so sorry.
Do you guys have any action movement you could do for us on camera? Ready? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Pose. Oh, nice. I think I'm being attacked right now, Helen. Back to you.
Oh, my gosh. Stay clear of them, Tammy. Stay clear. We need you. All right. Following them, I believe we do have the Tanabata Festival coming up shortly. But once again, that was the cosplay players making their way down the parade route. And again, it's always a joy having them here joining us at the annual Nisei Week Japanese Festival Grand Parade. We want to remind everybody that the festival does not end today. It ends next Sunday, the 18th, and we encourage you to visit niseiweek.org for all the upcoming events. Right, Terry?
Right, Helen. There's still a lot more to do. Not only is this the parade, but then so much more to do here in Little Tokyo, out here in the greater Los Angeles area. So come on out, enjoy what we have to offer. And now we've got the Tanabata.
Yes, from Sendai, Japan, Nanko Yamamura and Jun Sato are here representing the Nairumi Paper Company. I believe they are here. Now, Tanabata Festival has been happening for, has it been 5 years now, Terry?
5 years, Helen.
5 years, right in front of the MoCA, Contemporary MoCA, and the Japanese American National Museum. And everybody gets involved in making their own kazari. I believe even the 2012 Nisei Week Court made their own Kazari Princess, which was very beautiful. And I believe these must be the winners that we're seeing behind us.
These are all the award winners that received the award this past Friday at the opening ceremony at the Tanabata Festival. Over 30 booths of arts and crafts and foods and children's games. But we wanted to show the viewers today here in the parade of what creativity there is out there with the community building the Kazari and being able to showcase the talents here in Southern California.
Exactly. Now, you don't see a really good one that was out there. It was UTB's own Kazari. UTB 18.2 had a microphone Kazari, and it was very creative.
Oh, fantastic.
I wish we had it hanging right behind us. It would have been really interesting.
Yes, indeed. The beautiful colors and the creativity. You know, it takes time. It takes a lot of thought that goes into building a Kazari. And then it takes a lot of people to work together And in doing so, you bring people together. They have fun making the small little flowers and hanging all the streamers and the washi, the paper that goes along with it. It's really a fun project for everyone to do.
Definitely. And again, it brings the community together because we encourage everybody to make their own kazari. So after seeing these beautiful kazari, we encourage all of you to get your family and friends together and make your own and enter it in the contest next year.
Right.
All right, here we have the always energetic Mikoshi, the Los Angeles Mikoshi Association, also known as Rafu Mutsumikai. Established in 1994 by Mikoshi enthusiasts to show their commitment to developing a strong relationship and enhancing better friendship between the U.S. and Japan through the sharing of the Mikoshi experience. This is a lot of hard work, Terry.
Oh, man. A lot of sweat at the end of the day, I'm sure.
Definitely, and everyone who is participating in carrying the Mikoshi, definitely having a great time. Let's go to Tammy.
Yes, I'm right there. Oh my gosh, everybody is so energetic, and I see them sweating, so it must be really heavy. How are you doing? They can't even speak because oh man, they are very energetic. I love it. The reverend was saying that they put energy back into the Mikoshi, and they're carrying the spirit with everyone. Everyone's becoming one. I love it. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Tammy. And now we're going to go to commercial break. We'll see you in a few minutes.
ここからは日東タイヤ USA 月経館柿本長島会計事務所日本へのお土産に最適ウニシュトウルイベでおなじみのマルヒデ健康ダイエットもやしパワーの富士ナチュラルフーズの提供でお送りいたします。
UTB 18.2, we have Kokoro Taiko. Let's listen to them for a little bit. All right, again, that was Kokoro Taiko. We are here live on UTB 18.2, the 73rd Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade. It's a beautiful day here, and I'm here with Deputy Chief Terry Hara of LAPD. My name is Helen Ota, and we've been covering the parade live again on UTB 18.2. It's been a great time so far, huh, Terry?
Oh, it's been fantastic. Lots of people here, a lot of participation in a lot of groups and organization. You know, it takes a lot of energy to hit the drums, through their body, to pass it on to the drums itself. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of patience, and a lot of practice.
All right, and we're going to go right to commercial. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to UTB 18.2 and the Nisei Week Grand Parade. We just heard Kokoro Taiko go by, and we have Emil Mack, Deputy Chief of the LA Fire Department. Yes, Terry?
Oh, yes. Emil Mack has been with the fire department for over 30 years, and he is one of the battalion chiefs here with the Los Angeles Fire Department. Emil Mack and his wife, Jenny, with their daughter, are very active in the community. We welcome Deputy Chief Emil Mack to the Nisei Week 73rd Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, I understand the Nisei Week Foundation president will be coming up soon with his family, and we'll be seeing him shortly. for many of you who may not know, Nisei Week is actually run by all volunteers every year. And that is the Nisei Week Foundation President, Steve Inoue, with his beautiful wife, Anne, and their children, Brooke and Carson. Steve has worked very hard in the months leading up to Nisei Week to make sure that everything went well, and I think he did a great job. Don't you agree, Terry?
Oh, absolutely. It takes a lot of work from a lot of people, but having a president to run everything and to manage it, we need somebody who's a strong leader, and Steve fits the bill.
And let's hear from him as we go to Tammy.
Hi, so I'm here with Steve, and I think you did a wonderful job this year. How was it?
It was great. You know, it's so wonderful to see all these families out here. I'm here with my family. You know, Nisei Week has so much to offer in terms of our festival and all the activities, and it's just great to see so many people out here.
Thank you very much, Steve.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Tammy. We'll be back in a few minutes after this commercial break.
ここからはバンケットルーム新装、さらに充実のリトル東京、都ホテルロサンゼルス、カメリカインク、ミューチュアルトレーディング、共同貿易、インスピレーションオブジャパン、世界の空へ ANA、シッツンスビジネスバンク、A Financial Services Company、Member FDIC。土日も休まず営業。車のことならキッズオートモーティブの提供でお送りいたします。
Again, welcome back to UTB 18.2's live version of the Nisei Week Grand Parade. I'm Helen Ota, and I'm here with Deputy Chief Terry Hara. And it's the moment we've been waiting for, the newly crowned 2013 Nisei Week Queen and her court. Last night they had their coronation and were officially crowned and will be starting their reign starting today.
Absolutely. They've got a busy week ahead of them. They'll be visiting a lot of different businesses and sponsors and supporters throughout next week, as well as visiting special organizations. They are our 2013 Nisei Week ambassadors, representing the Japanese American community for all of Southern California. They have a busy, busy schedule ahead of them.
They do. Actually, they have a very busy year, and here they come. We've got first Queen Lauren Naomi Iwata, First Princess Ashley Mieko Honma, Miss Tomodachi Megumi Yuhara, Princess Laura Akemi Higashi, Princess Jamie Tomiko Teragawa, and Princess Stephanie Megumi Fukunaga. And as we mentioned, their year ahead will be a very busy one. They'll be traveling to Nagoya, Japan in October. And then the following year, we'll be traveling to Hawaii, San Francisco, and Seattle. And as we mentioned, representing the Japanese American Southern California community. And have these wonderful opportunities, of course, to attend various community events all month long. Last night, Lauren Iwata was crowned Nisei Week Queen officially, and that is our 2012 Nisei Week Queen, Emily Folick, giving her the scepter and robe and crown officially. It was a wonderful evening. All 6 young ladies were judged on personal communication skills. There was a question and answer session, evening gown, kimono number. They worked hard for many, many months starting in May, leading up to last night. It was a wonderful production, and I think they did an outstanding job. You were there, Terry.
Oh, they certainly did. Anybody would have been proud of all 6 of them. They put so much heart and soul into the work in the coronation program, and they will be our ambassadors for the upcoming 12 months. Many of them, on average, will visit approximately 250 different events throughout the whole year. So they're going to be very, very busy representing everyone and doing an outstanding job, and we're very, very proud and congratulate each one of them.
All of them are very accomplished young women, even at a young age that they are. And we look forward to seeing them become our future community leaders of this wonderful JA community. And as we sit here on Francis K. Hashimoto Plaza, I think it's very fitting that we see the new 2013 Nisei Week Queen of Court. Francis Hashimoto, of course, was a mentor to many of the Nisei Week Queen and Courts of the past. And to be able to broadcast live here on the plaza and to see them go by is very, very meaningful.
The ladies are riding a float sponsored by our float sponsor of Malaysia Airlines, who has graciously sponsored and supported Nisei Week for a couple of years now, and we're very honored for them to partner up with Nisei Week in this festivity.
That's right. And you bring up a very valid point there, Terry, about the wonderful sponsors that Nisei Week has had over the years and being able to develop these relationships. And both you and I, we do not work for UTB. We are actually Nisei Week board members. And UTB 18.2 has been another great supporter of the Nisei Week Foundation, and I feel so fortunate to be able to be part of this team just for the day.
Oh, I am honored too, Helen, who has been a true strong partner in allowing us to showcase what we have to offer through our Nisei Week Foundation, the activities, everything that we have to offer. It is truly an added partnership. Without UTB 18.2, we couldn't get the word out or to be able to show what Nisei Week has to offer.
That's right. And actually today we did our first live stream on UTB, utbhollywood.com. And now we're going to go to commercial, so we'll see you back again in a few minutes.
ここまでは土日も休まず営業。車のことならキッズオートモーティブ。Shitsus Business Bank, a financial services company, member FDIC. Inspiration of Japan, 世界の空へ ANA。ミューチュアルトレーディング、共同貿易。カメリカインク。バンケットルーム新装、さらに充実のリトル東京、都ホテルロサンゼルスの提供でお送りいたしました。
And we are back again here on UTB 18.2. We just saw the beautiful 2013 Nisei Week Queen. Again, my name is Helen Ota. I'm here with Deputy Chief Terry Hara and, of course, Tammy Akimoto. That was a wonderful parade.
Oh, it certainly was, and it was great to be able to have it broadcasted live on 18.2. So many people were out here, a lot of participants, and it seemed like the families and friends had a great time.
That's right. Well, Tammy, you were actually on the parade route. How was that for you?
I got to talk to many of the spectators, and everybody was having fun, and everybody looked great, all the dancers. I just had a great time.
Well, I think it's just a matter of time before we see Tammy out there with the cosplay players, the awadori dancers. I think she should be in every group so we could just get the full experience through her.
They work hard. It's so tough being out there.
Well, you know, you mentioned about working hard, and again, we talked about this earlier, Terry, about how Nisei Week is run by all volunteers. We do not have a paid staff member, and we can't do it without the support of UTB 18.2 and our many sponsors. So we had a great time, and we'll see you again next year, UTB 18.2. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.